friends, relatives, concerned mourners, we are gathered today to pay our final respects to a much-loved, much-honored, much-respected figure who was a true inspiration to all whose lives were touched. I'm speaking, of course, about our late friend, the gentle giant, Bubba, the 23-pound lobster. Yes, in the lobster world, Bubba stood out as one mofo crusty crustacean. A veritable Godzilla shellfish. And yet, Bubba had a gentle soul. He refused to eat shrimp, no matter how tiny. And many forms of plankton called him friend. Which is odd, because plankton normally do not talk. They just float. Much like an overweight German tourist on a Caribbean holiday. Nevertheless, Bubba came into our lives a few short weeks ago when he was captured and put in the tank of an unscrupulous seafood purveyor. His welfare was thought to be safe when PETA took an interest. But it turned out this PETA was not people for the ethical treatment of animals, but rather people who eat tasty animals. And then an organization known as the Fish Empathy Project from the Pittsburgh Zoo came to Bubba's rescue. 4 staffers placed Bubba in a 3-foot-deep plastic bucket of salt water. They drove Bubba in their Zoomobile at a crawl speed all the way through town, lifting the bucket's lid every few minutes. Bubba was cradled, coddled, and cared for in a way that reflected everyone's love. And in a matter of 2 days, Bubba was dead. No one knows why, but it may have had something to do with Bertha the elephant sitting on him. Bubba was 30 to 40 years old. In human years, that's 30 to 40 years old. And it's not even certain that Bubba was male. But when you're that big, dating doesn't really enter into it. So let us all bow our heads and say a final farewell to Bubba. Okay, everyone to the basement for a seafood barbecue.